Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. Now today is a release day for Kat Scrappiness and I have got this Let's Get Spooky die and shadow die, and I've got the Spooky Trick or Treat and it is a shadow die with the letters as well. And I've used the Creepy and Spooky paper from Kat Scrappiness. It's premium 6x6 cardstock. And here we're looking at the Halloween Simple Sentiments. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this out before we look at our other things. So for this, I'm just going to bring in my Misty, and I've got a piece of paper here, and I'm just going to lay my full stamp set. It's just one piece. I'm going to take the backer sheet off of it and lay it on my panel, just pick it up with my Misty door, and I'm going to grab some Memento black ink and do some stamping on this and get it all stamped up. And you want to make sure you stamp those corners that have the plus signs on the top and the bottom. That's how you line up your die, so that you can die cut these all out in a single die run. And I'm realizing I've grabbed my Memento ink that is not very juicy, so I'm grabbing another one. It's not very juicy either. I really need to get some new ones or re-ink. So I'm going to do a couple, 3 pressings on here to get a really good impression. And so we'll just ink up a couple times and get this where we want to go. We've got several sentiments on here, and you can die cut them all out at once and just have a whole bunch of sentiments. Now this Simple Sentiment series actually has like an everyday stamp that you can use, and there's a Valentine's stamp that you can use, and then this Halloween one. So here's the die that cuts all of those out, and you can see I've got the other two in my with it. I've got the Valentine's and the everyday. And basically what you do is you just line up those corner markings on all 4 corners and get them lined up real well, and it will just die cut all of your sentiments out in a single pass. This thing is awesome. So I just took it to my die cutting machine and ran it through just one pass, and then I'm going to bring in my pick and stick tool there and just pop all of them out, and they come out real nicely. So we'll just get them all popped out, and then you've got all of those Halloween sentiments that you can use for Halloween cards, and it just takes one stamping and one die cutting, and you've got all of that. So that is awesome. Love it. And you can see we've got a lot of different Halloween sentiments, and we're going to just lay those aside, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to grab my Shake Your Candy Corn Shaker die, and I have die cut out the 2 pieces there, and I've done some of the negative pieces, and I'm going to create a card with that. And I've also got the Mummy Wrappings background die, and I've die cut out a piece of gray using that, and we're going to get to assembling some cards. Now today's video, there is a chance to win a $15 gift certificate from Kat Scrappiness if you will fill out the Rafflecopter form in the description box below. You'll have a chance to win. Now you'll have just a week to fill it out. I've got the date for the giveaway in the description box below. And you can actually fill out the form on each designer's page. So we encourage you to go to each designer's video in the Hop. We've got a playlist link down below, and if you click play all, it'll move you through all of the videos, and you'll have a chance to see what each of the design team members do with the various products. Now, I'm only showing the products that were assigned to me, so there will be other products that you'll want to check out that are part of this release. So be sure and check those out, and check out all of the videos for inspiration and to see the products. And the video on the Kat Scrappiness channel, I believe, will show all of the release together, so you'll be able to check that out. So I encourage you to fill out that Rafflecopter form, and hopefully you'll win. So now I'm just going to lay this Mummy Wrappings background die on top of some of my spooky and creepy paper there, where I've got just a gray background and some black bats. And so I brought some of that dark soot Distress Oxide ink and just kind of added some black here and there on my mummy wrappings. Now here we've got some eyeballs that you get 2 sets of eyeballs with this die cut piece. And they look very different. One set is more circular, and then this one's kind of where you're peeking over something or under something. And I'm going to use the peeking ones. And I'm using that black soot to darken them up. And then I'm going to go grab one of my alcohol markers and just darken in the, I guess, pupil of the eye there. And just to make my eye look a little bit more more like an eye, so you can recognize what it is. And I've decided I'm going to kind of put them kind of crossways on there, like it's peeking out underneath that little mummy there. And there's the other eye. And I'm not going to use it on here, but I'm just showing you it. And it's got a little circle that you could color black. And then I'm going to go and look for my favorite red pen and bring it in, and we'll add some dilation to the eyes and just make the eyes look even a little bit spookier. And then we'll get our Let's Get Spooky sentiment laid down on our card. And I'll just add some foam tape and just pop it up a little bit, just add a little bit of dimension to it. And I'm just going to tuck in that last piece. And then I went to pull it off, and I always like to use my bone folder from Kat Scrappiness to get it pressed down, and then you can easily grab that release paper. It just pulls off a lot easier if you do that. So I'm going to get that laid down on there, and we've got our first card done. And I think it's super fun and a little bit spooky. And I'm going to bring in a top folding card base. I've got this candy corn paper from the same 6x6 premium cardstock. And it's got the candy corn on one side and a cute design on the other. And I'm going to use the negatives from the die and just layer this up. So I took a piece of cream colored cardstock, and I used the orange that popped out of the shaker piece there, and then I took another piece of yellow and just got the centerpiece, and I'm just going to create some candy corn there. So I just wanted to show a couple ways that you could use the candy corn. You don't necessarily have to do a shaker. A shaker is always fun, and I'm always up for a shaker, but I thought I'd show you you could do it a couple different ways. And so I'm using the candy corn paper on the back, and then I've got my trick or treat actually laying on the black candy corn paper that was included in this paper pack, and I'm just going to get it laid down on there, and we'll have our trick or treat. So we've got 2 cards finished. Now we're going to move on to our shaker. Now with our shaker, I'm going to use that black candy corn, and I'll just get it laid down, and I've got a little white edge around that card. And then we'll bring in our shaker. Now I'm going to have to get some bits, and we had some bits included in this release, and I'm going to show you some of them. We've got the Halloween Solid Round Confetti Sequin Mix. We've got the Tangerine Dream Solid Round Confetti Sequins, and we've got the Onyx Black Solid Round Confetti Sequins. I'm going to use the Tangerine Dream and the Onyx Black for these, and I'm bringing in my triangle tray from Kat Scrappiness, and I'm just going to mix up a blend in here. I've got my black, and I'm just going to throw some of the orange on there, and then I'll just mix them up, and I'll try to put them in each of the little wells of the candy corn. And so I'm just going to dump them in there and get them. I'm trying to get a good amount of orange and black, trying not to have too much black or too much orange in one of those areas. So I'm going to move some of those around and get it organized, and then we'll add some more in there. So this will just be a real fun shaker. And I'm just going to pull off the backer strip on there, and I'm trying to hold it down so my sequins don't bounce around. And then we'll get this backer piece laid on there. And I get it on there a little bit crooked, but it works out just fine, and I just trim it up. My finger was kind of in the way, and I just didn't get it lined up very well, but I've got enough foam tape on there that it's covering it, and so it's not a problem. So I'll just take my scissors and trim that off. Now that piece fits exactly, but because I lined it up wrong, I had to trim it a little bit. So we'll just get some glue on there, and we'll get this shaker candy corn shaker die laid down on there. And then I'm going to bring in a couple of my sentiments, and I'm going to do that. And there's Hey Boo, and I'm going to use Hey Boo, and I'm going to use Happy Halloween. And I'm going to lay them on there kind of wonky. I'm going to put the Hey Boo one way, and then the Happy Halloween the other, and just kind of make it kind of wonky for Halloween. And we'll get those laid down on there. Now, off camera, I decide to add I have some Mickey Halloween shaker bits that have candy corn pieces in there. And so off camera, I'll add some candy corns to it, and I'll show you in the pictures at the end. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.